Live from the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, you're watching exclusive basketball doubleheader coverage right here on CSI Sportsnet. This afternoon, the College of Staten Island will take on Hunter College. The first game, the women will take on Hunter at 1 p.m., followed by the men at approximately 3 p.m. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Babuski here for a matinee Saturday CUNYAC doubleheader as the College of Staten Island in the middle of a 4-conference game in 7-game stretch as they're coming off of a big win earlier this week as they were able to defeat York College by a final score of 74-46. Hi, everybody. Mike Babuski here once again, and we're really excited about bringing you this doubleheader here as the College of Staten Island will face Hunter College. Hunter suffering their first loss of the season against Brooklyn College earlier on Thursday night by a final score of 62-51 as they went on the road. So the College of Staten Island now sitting atop the CUNYAC standings with a record of 4-0, and we'll get to that conference standings a little bit later on. But first, taking a look at the College of Staten Island, it was a game against against York College that, York came out and played pretty well, and the Dolphins took a lead in that game and really were in control of the game. And, although the outcome wasn't necessarily in doubt, you got to give the Cardinals a lot of credit. They had the game down to 13 with the basketball on a couple of occasions in the third quarter, and then the Dolphins put the pedal on the metal at the end of that third quarter, and then in the fourth quarter outscoring the Cardinals by a 26-14 margin to close out the game and win by a final score of 74-46 as the College of Staten Island coming into tonight's game really continuing to play red-hot basketball. They've only lost once since all the way back to November 27th. They are on a roll once again, having won their last two after having their 5-game winning streak snapped by Wagner College back in December. And, in the game on Thursday night against the Cardinals, the Dolphins were able to get a 21-point effort out of Megan McEwen. She played very well in that game, especially in the fourth quarter, finishing with 9 of 19 shooting. Diana Tadero finishing with 12 points, 7 rebounds in that game on 5 of 8 shooting. And Christina Carmelengo really came off the bench and played very well, hitting three-pointers, especially in that decisive fourth quarter, as she ended up shooting 5 of 9 from the field, 4 of 7 from the three-point line, and finishing with 14 points in that game. So all around a real solid effort by the Dolphins, putting up 74 points on the Cardinals and, continuing to extend that winning streak. And, we expect a tough contest here against Hunter College here tonight, a team that is coming off of a loss as well, as we take a little bit of a look now at the Cardinals. And they lost in that fourth quarter against Brooklyn College, dropping that game by a final score of 62-51. But they actually went into that fourth quarter with the lead before being outscored by Brooklyn 20-7 in that fourth quarter. And the Hawks were led in that game by Jada Ponte as she finished with 11 points. Teresa Lang finishing with 8 points in the game as well. And the Hawks really going to be coming into today's game looking to bounce back off of that tough loss earlier against Brooklyn College. As we mentioned, a game that, they went into the first half. They were playing pretty well. They had outscored Brooklyn College 27-24 in that first half and went into the fourth quarter with a small lead. But really the team went cold in that fourth quarter. Their field goal percentage in the second half, only 7 of 27, and they also went 0 of 8 from the three-point line. So those struggles, especially in the fourth quarter, caused Hunter College to drop their first loss of the afternoon. Turning our attention back to this CSI women's basketball team we mentioned before, they continue to play well, especially on that defensive end, as they played very well here throughout the season. turning our attention now over into the CUNYAC standings as we start to get ourselves a little bit deeper and deeper into the conference. We mentioned for the Dolphins, their first, this will be their second of 4 conference games in the next week. The first 2 here at the Tank, and then the Dolphins will go on the road. Monday night they will face Brooklyn College, and then Wednesday night they will travel to the Bronx and face Lehman College. So the standings changing rapidly. Every game a big game, and these games early in the season, real big swing games in the conference. Looking at those standings, right, that you see up on your screen, Staten Island coming in with a 4-0 record, 10-3 overall. Brooklyn coming off of that big win against Hunter College, 2-0, 5-5 overall. CCNY at 3-1. The Dolphins handling the Beavers their one defeat. Hunter at 3-1. They'll look to bounce back in this big swing game here this afternoon. You look at that John Jay at 2-2. So all these teams still right in the thick of the conference. Lehman College coming off of a real tough loss at home against Kane College, dropping that game by over 40 points. York, we saw Thursday night here at the Tank, where the Dolphins handed them their third loss in the conference. They're 2-10. Baruch continuing to struggle here early in the season, 0-3, and Medgar Evers trailing the pack at 0-4. So, a lot of action beginning to take place in the conference. The standings really starting to develop. Teams fighting to get on top of the table. And, we mentioned before, that's what makes this game such a big game here this afternoon. With a win, the Dolphins can secure themselves with a 5-0 record as they get ready to head into Brooklyn College. Brooklyn College in action against Lehman College on the road at 12 o'clock this afternoon. We'll see if we can get you any updates on those scores as the game goes along. Looking at other games within the conference this afternoon. CCNY at home against York. Baruch at home against Medgar Evers. And John Jay will travel to Manhattanville. So a lot of action in the conference here this afternoon. A lot of action taking place over the next couple of weeks in the conference as the teams come out and fight and begin to get themselves into position. So as we get ready to have the national anthem played out on the floor, why don't we step aside, take a break, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups and the start of today's doubleheader as you're watching basketball coverage exclusively on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com. And she'll give the Dolphins a 3-0 lead. Ball fed in the corner now over to Arias. She'll walk the ball back up to Lang, and her three-pointer is good. So the Hawks answer immediately, and that ties the game up at 3. Hawks look to press. And Bessie breaks the press, gets it over to Callie, but Callie turns the ball over now for the Dolphins. Patterson with the pull-up jumper, that's good. And the Hawks off to a good start offensively, and they lead 5-3. McEwen, cross-court pass goes over to Callie. Callie picks up the dribble, feeds it into Perrone, and she's able to break her way inside and lay it up and in. First points of the game for Rosa, as she's coming in averaging just over 6.5 points a game. And that ties the game up at 5. Lang with the basketball now for the Hawks. Passes over to Conway. Tadero coming out playing aggressive defense now. Perrone tips the ball away over to Mbesi. And the Dolphins looking to run, but McEwen's going to lose that ball. It'll be off the Hawks, so the Dolphins will maintain possession. Dolphins inbound the ball now as Callie looking for somewhere to go. And now she'll get it inbounds to McEwen, who'll back the ball out now and set up offensively for the Dolphins. Hawks playing back in the zone now on the Dolphins. As Callie with the ball at the three-point line now with 12 to shoot. She looks to break inside. She feeds it over to Tadero. Her outside jumper is no good, but she's able to grab her own rebound. She's tied up, and we'll have a whistle on the jump ball, and the possession arrow will go to Hunter. We're tied at 5 here. As Hunter brings the ball inside, and now it's going to be stolen by McEwen once again for the Dolphins. And Bessie over to Tadero. Beautiful touch pass over to Perone, but a beautiful defensive play that time by Jada Ponte coming over. The 5'5 senior swatting that ball away, and the Dolphins will inbound. Perone, the short jumper from just outside the key is good. And that gives the Dolphins the lead, 7-5. Dolphins looking to press. Arias now laying the long three-pointer in and out. Tadero goes up high for the rebound for the Dolphins and feeds it over to Mbesi. Hawks trying to slow the Dolphins down in the backcourt. They can't do so. They break through, get the ball into Perone, who lays it up and in. Rosa with now 6 of the 9 Dolphin points, and the Dolphins lead 9-5. As Perone will go to the free throw line now for the Dolphins. Perone shooting 52% from the line as she misses the free throw, but Tadero there to grab another rebound. But now Callie will get called for the travel, and she'll turn the ball over. So it'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. A little bit of a back-and-forth start to the game as the teams trade three-pointers. Hawks get the next basket to put themselves out in front 5-3. But since that time, the Dolphins on a mini 6-0 run of their own, and they now lead by a score of 9-5. So both teams coming out and looking to feel each other out here in the early going, and Dolphins doing a good job getting the ball inside to Perone as Rosa, the biggest player out on the floor, able to score 6 points, and Tadero with a couple of rebounds as well, as the Dolphins looking to get off to a good start here in the early going. Dolphins 4 of 8 from the field here in the early going. Both teams 1 of 2 from the three-point line. As it's Lang with the basketball now for the Hawks. Looking for somewhere to go and able to get the ball now over to Conway. Conway working the ball out over to Arias. As now it's Selena Lim who got checked into the game. And the short jumper by Aponte is good. And that'll make it a 9-7 game. Tadero feeding it inside to Perone once again, who lays it up and in. Great offensive start here for Perone as she has 8. (11-7) the score. As the Dolphins in the lead now. As that's Aponte with the basketball. Forced back now and gets the ball out over to Lang. Now Aponte, 8 seconds to shoot now on the clock for the Hawks. Lim looking to drive inside, but a pass is going to be stolen away as the Cardinals turn the ball over now once again. Beautiful feed into Perot, but she misses the layup. But Tadero is there to grab the offensive rebound for the Dolphins. 5-0 on the offensive glass now for the Dolphins, as we'll have a foul on the outside. That foul will be on Selena Lim, as she will pick up the foul here for the Hawks. First personal, team second. Dolphins will inbound. As Callie inbound, she looks to feed it inside to Perone, who fights her way to the basket. She can't hit the shot. She's able to grab the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. Good play that time defensively by Anita Music, the 5'11 junior guard from Fort Hamilton High in Brooklyn, to force that jump ball. And Bessie with the short jumper. That's no good. The ball tipped around, and it remained Dolphin possession as Dolphins continue to do a very good job on the glass here in the early going. 9-1 the rebounding here in the early going. Nice defensive play once again by Music, as she's been very disruptive defensively here for the Hawks as the Dolphins trying to get the ball inside. And she's been able to deny them now on a couple of occasions. Inside once again is Perrone, as the Dolphins making a conscious effort to get the ball inside to Perrone. She's now 5 of 8, 10 of the first 13 Dolphin points. Music, long court pass over to Conway. Now Aponte looking to drive baseline. The ball tipped away, but the Hawks able to maintain possession as that's Valentin. Valentin back up over to Aponte. Now Music spinning away inside, but she's going to get called for the travel. 5-4 the turnover battle here in the early going. That's the 5th Hawk turnover. Dolphins with a 13-7 lead. Hawks have blocked 4 Dolphin shots here in the early going, but the Dolphins playing good defense and getting a lot of offensive rebounds, and they lead by 6. And Bessie driving away inside, and she's going to get called for the offensive foul. And Bessie doesn't like the call on the play, but that will be the first on in Bessie, team second, and the Dolphins will turn the ball over. 5 turnovers apiece. Aponte with the basketball. Aponte looking to work inside, and instead it'll be Tadero to steal the ball away. She gets the ball over to Bessie. Now a feed to Tadero. Tadero inside to Perrone, and another block now for Music. Dolphins retrieve. McEwen with the three-pointer. That's no good. And here come the Hawks looking to run. Conway, baseline jumper. That's no good. And Tadero there to grab the rebound now for the Dolphins. McEwen puts up a wild shot. That's no good. But there to grab the weak side rebound is Rosa Perrone as she continues to put up points here for the Dolphins. 12 of the 15 points. Callie with the opening three-pointer for the Dolphins. So since that time, it's been all Rosa Perrone. She scored 12 in a row for the Dolphins. 15-9 the score. The Dolphins now in possession of the basketball. As that breaks another mini run for the Dolphins as Perrone goes sprawling to the floor, and she's going to draw the foul. So the Dolphins continuing to play well, and Rosa Perrone really playing extremely well as Nicole and Bessie will check out of the game here for the Dolphins. As checking into the game for the Dolphins will be Brianna Rabinski. As Perrone putting up the jumper from the free throw line. That's no good. And the rebound grab now by the Cardinals. As that's Lim with the basketball, getting it up into the front court over to Valentin. A three-pointer goes halfway down and out, but Music there to grab the rebound, feed it back to Valentin. Aponte, the wide-open three-pointer. That's no good. The fighting for the rebound and knocking the ball out of bounds will be the Hawks, so it will be Dolphin basketball. Another substitution into the game for the Dolphins. Kayla Schmitter will check into the game. She'll replace Rosa Perrone. Perrone goes to the bench, having scored the last 12 Dolphin points here in the first quarter. McEwen gets the ball back up over for Callie as the Dolphins set up deliberately offensively. As Conway comes out to put pressure on McEwen, now it's Rabinski. Rabinski telegraphs the pass, stolen away by Conway. Conway drives it down the lane, lays it up and in, and draws the foul. What a big play that time by Janine Conway as the Dolphins had possession of the lead. They turn the ball over, and she's able to take the ball right to the basket and lay it up and in. So Rabinski will pick up the foul there for the Dolphins. That'll be the first foul on Rabinski. And Conway will go to the free throw line looking to complete the three-point play. Shot is up and in, so she is able to complete the three-point play. And that cuts the Dolphin lead down to 3, 15-12. So Hunter doing a nice job on the last few possessions, getting themselves right back to make it a one-possession game. Callie feed inside to Tadero. Her shot is up, no good. Ball deflected nicely by Lim, and the Hawks able to come away with the rebound. Valentin, bounce pass to Music. Music looking to fight her way inside. Her bank shot is up, no good, and Schmidt there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. McEwen looking to set up for the Dolphins. Robisky drives the ball inside, feeds the ball out over to Callie. Her open three-pointer is no good. The ball will roll out of bounds, and it will be Hawk basketball. 1 minute, 24 seconds. And it's a timeout that will be called by the Dolphins. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so let's keep it right here. It's been a game where the Dolphins jumped out and got themselves a early lead in this game. They opened this game up to a 15-7 game, leading by 8. But since that time, the Hawks have been on a 5-0 run of their own to cut the lead back down to 3 and make it a 15-12 game. So teams coming out about what we expected here in the early going. Teams battling back and forth. A good close game between a couple of good CUNYAC conference teams here. Dolphins riding behind 12 consecutive points by Rosa Perone in this first quarter. The only other basket for the Dolphins, a three-pointer by Jackie Callie. Oh, we're off, right? Okay, so the shot is up, and that's no good. And Schmidt grabs the rebound now for the Dolphins. Robisky feeding the ball out over to McEwen. McEwen feeding it back up over to Robisky. She drives inside. She can't hit the shot, but she does draw the foul. So that foul will be on Selena Lim. For Lim, that will be her second. So she's going to come out of the game now for the Hawks. And Teresa Lang will check back in as the Dolphins inbound, as Callie inbounds the ball out over to Schmidt. Schmidt's bounce pass deflected, but McEwen able to retrieve. She drives her way into the basket and a little fortunate to draw the foul on the play, but she does. And that will be the fifth foul of the quarter on the Hawks. That will be on Patterson. And McEwen will go to the free throw line now for the Dolphins to shoot 2. McEwen's first is up and in. Megan shooting 66% from the free throw line on the year. She's averaging just under 15 points and was named the CUNYAC Player of the Week this week for the Dolphins as they continue to accumulate conference awards on both the men's and women's side, as that second free throw is up and no good. And this time Conway is there to grab the rebound. Hunter with possession of the basketball as that's Conway. Works the ball up over to Valentin. She's able to break down the lane and lay it up and in. Beautiful play that time by Valentin, the 5'3 junior from Archbishop Molloy High School, lays it up and in and makes it a 2-point game. 16-14, the Dolphins in the lead as Callie kicks the ball back out over to Tadero. A pass is going to be knocked away, played by Arias, and Tadero is going to reach in and pick up the foul in the backcourt for the Dolphins. Tadero, her first, team's fourth. Shot clock off. Hunter bringing the ball across the midcourt line. You see the time on your screen now. 7 seconds to go. Beautiful feed inside to Valentin, but she misses the layup, and now it's going to be played by Tadero. But no time to do anything with the basketball, and that's going to do it. 1 quarter in the books. The Dolphins lead now by a score of 16-14. We'll step aside, take a break.
That's why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. while you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
We're back, and we're getting ready to start the second quarter here. The Dolphins lead the Hawks by a score of 16-14. Good back-and-forth game. The Dolphins have led by as many as 8 in this game, 15-7. But since then, the Hawks have gone on a 7-1 run to make it a 2-point game. Ball fed inside and knocked away beautifully by Perrone, as she's able to come away with the block and the steal now for the Dolphins. McEwen's pass inside is going to be knocked away by Valentin. It will roll out of bounds. So it will remain Dolphin basketball now with 23 seconds on the shot clock. Perrone with the basketball. Perrone fighting her way inside, and she lays it up and in as she continues her offensive wizardry here this afternoon. She's now 7 of 12 for 14 points. Long three-pointer taken that time by Lang is no good. McEwen controls the rebound, and she gets the ball out over to Carmelengo. Carmelengo fighting for possession, and now she's going to turn the ball over for the Dolphins. Conway. Bounce pass goes out over to Lang. The long three-pointer is up, no good, and that time Carmelengo with a late foul out behind the three-point line. She'll pick up the 3-shot foul, and that shot came well after the shot was released. Not really the foul that you're looking for, as that will send Aponte to the line to shoot 3 here for the Hawks. As they draw 1 point closer, it's now 18-15. Second free throw is up and in, and Jade will have one more upcoming. And she could draw the Hawks as close as 1 point. That's as close as they've been since the first quarter. And she does, as she steps up to the free throw line and hits all 3 free throws here for Hunter College and makes it a 1-point game. 18-17 the score as it's Perrone now with the basketball. Carmelengo out by the 3-point line. Her pass inside is stolen away. Tough stuff for Christina. And now Hunter with the basketball and a chance to regain the lead. That's Hunter driving the ball inside and drawing the foul. So they'll go back to the free throw line once again. As Schmider picks up her first. And Hunter will have their 4th and 5th free throw attempts here in this second quarter. But she misses the first. So Callie will enter the game. She'll replace Carmelengo. As Carmelengo came in and turned the ball over a couple of times. And she'll come out of the game now. As now it's McEwen. Beautiful feed inside to Schmider, who lays it up and in. Beautiful feed that time. That breaks the Hunter run. And the Dolphins now lead 20-17. Now the Hawks turn it over, but the Dolphins give it right back as both teams trade turnovers. And now it'll be McEwen bringing the ball up over the midcourt line. Callie over to Mbesi. Now McEwen, she puts up the three-pointer. That's no good. 2 Dolphins go for the rebound, but coming away with the basketball are the Hawks, who feed it ahead of the field to Conway, who lays it up and in. Nice play by Conway to get herself ahead of the field and draw Hunter to within a single point once again. 2019 the scores. That's in Bessie with the basketball. She gives that one away, and here comes Hunter College with an opportunity to take the lead. Beautiful feed inside, and the layup that time by Conway is up and in. So on a couple of consecutive possessions, the Dolphins get beat down the floor by Janine Conway. She now leads all Hawks scorers, and she will go to the free throw line as Perone picks up her second. Conway now 9 points for the Hawks as Conway goes to the free throw line, looking to complete the three-point play. She's a 95% free throw shooter, and the Hawks lead 21-20. Hawks' first lead since way back in the first quarter. They led 5-3 before the Dolphins went on a run, led by Perone's 12 consecutive points. She has 14 of the 20 Dolphin points here in this game, but the Dolphins trail 21-20 is now, it's McEwen going to the basket, and she'll draw the foul. So Megan McEwen will go to the free throw line here for the Dolphins. Dolphins 1 of 3 from the line here this afternoon. Megan 1 of 2 with her free throws, and she misses the first. So now the Dolphins just 1 of 4 from the free throw line here this afternoon. McEwen's second free throw is up and in, and that ties the game back up now at 21. 7:09 remaining here in this second quarter. Hawks with the basketball now is Arias working the ball across to Conway. Conway feeds it out over to Aponte. Now Arias looking to drive inside. A beautiful feed over to Valentin, who lays it up and in. As we've seen the Hawks get to the basket on their last few possessions, being able to get the ball right inside the paint on this Dolphin defense. And they lead 23-21 with 6:35 remaining in the second quarter. Callie, long three-pointer. That's short. Perone able to grab the rebound, but Callie stumbles, and the ball goes right in the hands of Conway, who draws the foul and lays it up and in. So we had a whistle out on the floor as the officials get together and talk about it. Looks like the Dolphins will take a timeout, as all of a sudden we've seen this CSI Dolphin defense really kind of allow Hunter College to get ahead of the field on a couple of occasions, and then once again be able to draw a foul. So why don't we step aside, take a break. 6:25 remaining in the second quarter. 23-21, Hawks by 2.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
We're back here as the officials took some time to get together and really come up with a interesting call, to say the least, as it was tough to really see much of a foul committed on the play. But the Dolphins are going to get called for the foul after the basket, and Hunt is going to be awarded possession of the basketball and the basket as the Hawks have their biggest lead of the game now. It's 4 points, a interesting call to say the least, as Tadero grabs the rebound now for the Dolphins, who find themselves down by 4. McEwen with the basketball now for the Dolphins, bringing it across the midcourt line over to Callie. Now in Bessie, she puts up the long two-pointer, and that's good. Dolphins needed that basket. This is a Dolphin team that led 15-7 since then. They've been outscored by the Hawks, but now it'll be Hunter College that will turn the ball over, and the Dolphins with the basketball, trailing by 2. 25-23 to score as that Schmitter along the baseline for the Dolphins. Inside to McEwen, and a floater in the baseline is good. 25-25 as the Dolphins have scored the last 4 to come back and tie this game. Lang feeds it inside, but once again, breaking inside and laying the ball in is Aponte. She now has 7, and it's a 27-25 Hawk lead. McEwen to Darrow from the free throw line. That's no good. As Tadero struggling with her shooting here this afternoon, she's now 0 for 4. Pulling up, taking the long three-pointer is Lang. That's no good. And Bessie is there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. She feeds it ahead of the field to Schmitter, but she's not able to hit the layup. But good hustle by the Dolphins as they're able to grab the basketball. As Callie can't hit the second attempt, but McEwen is there to grab another offensive rebound for the Dolphins as we have an opportunity to see that long and Bessie jumper from the baseline that brought the Dolphins back to within 2 here just moments ago and make it a 25-23 game. Now the Dolphins will inbound the basketball. Schmitter, a jumper from the free throw line. That's no good as the Hawks continue to do a really nice job contesting every Dolphin shot. Conway, that long jumper, that's no good. But the Hawks able to grab the rebound. Didn't hit the rim, but still plenty of time on the shot clock. A long jumper by Patterson is no good. Dolphins on the run. McEwen, long jumper, that's no good. Tadero grabs the rebound. Now back to Schmitter. Her jumper from the top of the key is good. 27-27, 4:02 remaining here in quarter number 2. Patterson with the basketball. Patterson looking for somewhere to go now as she works it over to Lang. 15 seconds remaining here on the shot clock. Teresa feeding the ball up over to Arias. Arias, another nice feed inside. This time, Schmitter there to wreak a little havoc on the inside. And Tadero comes away with the basketball for the Dolphins. McEwen being guarded toughly by Conley. They work it in the corner now to Callie. Her long three-pointer, that's off. And Lang there to grab the rebound for the Hawks. Hawks looking to run here as she drives her way inside it. A floater in the lane is good as the Hawks continue to find room to penetrate inside the Dolphin defense. And they take a 2-point lead once again as McEwen comes right back. She can't complete the layup, but then she's going to commit a foul from behind as Megan will pick up her first personal, but that's going to be the 15th foul, and that will put Hunter College to the line to shoot free throws once again here in this second quarter. Hunter 4 from 7 from the free throw line here in the game. That's 57%. As Arias' first free throw is off the rim and no good. Look at Arias' free throw shooting on the year. 25 of 38, 66% coming into the game here tonight. Arias' second free throw is good, so she splits the pair, and she gives the Dolphins a 3-point lead, 30-27. We have 3:08 remaining here in this second quarter. And Bessie with the basketball now for the Dolphins. She's guarded toughly, and the pass comes out now to McEwen. Callie deep at the 3-point line, feeding it inside to Tadero. Tadero fighting her way inside and lays it up and in. First basket of the game for Tadero, and the Dolphins trail by 1. Conway with the basketball. She's got 11 here so far in this first half for Hunter College. A pass goes inside now to Lang. Nice bounce pass over to Music. Her baseline jumper is good. Music with her first basket to re-give the Hawks a 3-point lead. Schmitter lobbing the ball too far inside that time to Tadero. That pass will go out of bounds, and the Dolphins will turn the ball over. And that will give Hunter possession of the basketball now with 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in this second quarter. Conway with the basketball. Lang. Pull it up. Working the ball back out to the top of the key. That shot is up. No good. Schmitter goes up and grabs the tough rebound for the Dolphins and gets it over to McEwen. Callie backing the ball out now. Back by the three-point line. And the bounce pass goes inside to Tadero. Tadero warded off by Music. Now McEwen. McEwen, a runner at the baseline, is no good, but she's going to draw the foul. So it'll be a blocking foul on Hunter. So Lung picks up the foul as McEwen hits the first for the Dolphins. Megan now with 5 for the Dolphins here on the afternoon. She's now 3 of 5 from the free throw line. A second is up and rolls in, and that brings the Dolphins to within a point once again, 32-31. A minute 30 remaining here in the first half. Aponte works the ball inside. Tough pass, and the Hawks not able to maintain possession as they'll turn the ball over now once again. 12-9 in the turnover battles as you see up on your screen. Dolphins with 12 turnovers here in the first half. That's a lot of turnovers for this Dolphin team. Got to give a lot of credit to this Hunter defense. They've really been very aggressive defensively, challenging every Dolphin shot. McEwen fighting her way inside. That tough one-hander is up, no good. And we're inside a minute to go here in this first half. Valentin with the basketball. Now Patterson. Patterson guarded by Schmitter out behind the three-point line as she gets the ball out over to Conway. 13 seconds to shoot. The long three-pointer is good. Valentin with that three-pointer. And the Hawks lead by 4 once again. Inside of 30 seconds remaining as Schmitter tries to fight her way inside. She gets it back to McEwen, and McEwen comes right back with a three-pointer of her own to make it a one-point game as the shot clock is off, and Valentin brings the ball across the midcourt line. Valentin with the basketball, guarded by Callie. She works the ball in the corner. A beautiful move to get by and fighting the way in the lane, but knocking that ball away nicely is Tadero, and that'll do it. 20 minutes in the books. A good back-and-forth first half of basketball. The Dolphins had led in this one by as many as 8. Hunter's gotten their lead up to as many as 4, and they'll go into halftime with a 35-34 lead. So we're at halftime here at the Tank. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be back to bring you first half statistics and get you ready for the start of this second half as you watch a doubleheader CUNYAC basketball coverage right here on your voice of everything CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Here she comes. I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast. It was just like this surreal moment of my dreams are coming true.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said, "Oh, I apologize. She won't be taking you in as a client."
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
And sitting there in that small, cold room, I wanted to cry, just thinking, what did we bring this kid into?
We're simply asking to treat our family the same way that you would treat any family.
We're back here at halftime as the College of Staten Island finds themselves trailing in this game by a score of 35-34 as Kelsey Carey, nice enough to come over and join us here at halftime. You know, Kelsey, it's been a tough back and forth first half. You've led by as many as 8. What did you see out of your team in that first half?
I truly think it's the way we came out today. Good, better. The girls came, I'd like to say, so far, ready to play. They knew today's a really big game for us, and I think they came out with a lot of energy that I think we haven't had as much in the past few games. So I think our energy and our togetherness is what's keeping us in this game right now.
You know, Coach Hunter is really coming out and playing very well defensively. They're really challenging every pass and challenging every shot. How do you combat that in the second half?
Yeah, well, they're a great defensive team and they work hard. I think our girls need to start looking to score a little bit more, because the easiest way to defend a team is if they don't look to score. So I think we all need to pick up our own aggression, and I think that'll just be able to go against their defense.
Thanks for joining us here at
thank you for
halftime.
having me.
Thank you. That's assistant women's basketball coach Kelsey Carey, nice enough to come over and join us here at halftime, where the College of Staten Island finds themselves trailing in this game by a score of 35-34. It's been a real good back and forth first half in this game, and we'll be back to tell you more about it and bring you those halftime statistics and get you ready for the start of the second half as you've been watching women's basketball coverage exclusively on your voice of everything, CSI Sports, CSI Sportsnet, CSIDolphins.com.
Hi, I'm Peter, and there's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
I remember, Dad, you and Mom got this car with a hatchback. I said, you know, I'd be happy to give you the money to get a really great car. And he said, well, no, this works for me. I says, why? Because it's the right height to put the meals in. Dad, tell me when you first got an inkling about Meals on Wheels.
There was kind of an abandoned house. That's where we got started with Meals on Wheels. We kind of filled a need for people as they got older.
It's the human interaction that probably fed them much more than the food.
Oh, yeah. When you can see somebody else benefiting by your life in some way, you can't help but feel good about it, I think.
Well, the reason I'm involved, Dad, is because you are, and you're so inspiring. How you've impacted people is enormous.
Drop off a warm meal and get more than you expect. Volunteer at americaletsdolunch.org.
America, let's do lunch.
Dad is an adventure full of special moments.
A cruise? Ooh.
Right.
Unexpected moments.
I got this.
And even awkward moments.
Okay, Dad, thank you.
But every moment you spend with your kids, even the smallest moments, can make the biggest impact on your child's life. So take a moment to be a dad today.
Do you want to retire like a champ? Just like legendary basketball star Uncle Drew?
Don't do him like that, Uncle Drew!
You're already acing the game. You've got your dream ride.
Don't be slamming my door.
Sorry about that.
You just did the same.
Gotta get the boys. Your dream vacation and your dream team. And now you can make your retirement just as legendary.
I get buckets.
Get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
First time I tried Vicodin, it was laying around my mom's house. And then I kept taking them whenever I could get them. I didn't know they'd be this addicted. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
No doubt you're going places, young lady.
Thank you. And thank you for the interview as well. I can imagine it was the last thing that you wanted to do after such a long campaign meeting.
You really are a very intelligent young woman. You're very smooth.
You're very smooth yourself.
You have no idea.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again. But an awkward silence can be a great thing, like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
I, Krista, take you, Jamie, to be my wife.
The ceremony was a blast.
It was just like this surreal moment of my dreams are coming true.
When we found out that we were pregnant, we were just elated. We were just sitting there waiting for the pediatrician. She said, "Oh, I apologize. She won't be taking you in as a client."
We are a lesbian couple, but she's just a baby. She's the one you're denying the service to.
And sitting there in that small, cold room, I wanted to cry, just thinking, what did we bring this kid into?
We're simply asking to treat our family the same way that you would treat any family.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be. So we were walking to school. At the corner, we waited for the traffic light.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really want
smart,
cheese pizza,
but
like at Luigi's.
sometimes her mind
They have this
wanders.
video game there, and Kate's got the high score. We should have a sleepover. Maybe I should pack my pajamas.
I remember saying, Laura? Laura?
I think I heard Mom say something.
The sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
When we finally got there,
she gave me a hug goodbye.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
Be right back.
Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
what to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We're back here at halftime where the College of Staten Island finds themselves trailing Hunter College by the score of 35-34. It's been a very good first half of basketball here at the Tank at the College of Staten Island as CSI coming into this match being undefeated in conference play and really have been red hot as of late. And Hunter College coming off of that tough loss on the road against Brooklyn College on Thursday night, but Hunter's come in here this afternoon and played a very good basketball game, especially on the defensive side. They've really challenged the Dolphins and challenged all the Dolphins' shots. And, you know, it was a first half that the Dolphins won the turnover battle lost the turnover battle 12-9, but they were able to out-rebound Hunter in that first half 32-15. They also put 7 extra shots up on the board, but Hunter's been very effective as you see those first half statistics up on your screen. Dolphins shooting 36%, Hunter up at 44%, and the free throws 4 of 7 for the Dolphins, 5 of 9 for Hunter. You see that big rebounding edge we talked about for Hunter, for the Dolphins, and the Dolphins turning the ball over 12 times in that first half. And, you know, you look at the shooting for the Dolphins, and, you know, other than Rosa Perone, who shot 7 of 12 and finished with 14 points, 7 rebounds, and a block for the Dolphins in the first half. The rest of that Dolphin team just shot 7 of 20. Diana Tadero 1 of 5. McEwen just 2 of 9, but she did hit that big 3-point shot right before the end of the first half to draw the Dolphins to within a single point. Nicole Bessie 1 of 2. Jackie Callie continuing to struggle from the floor, just 1 of 7, and she hit her first shot of the afternoon, so she missed her last 6. And Kayla Schmidt 2 of 4 in that first half. Diana Tadero leading all players in rebounds. She has 10. Perone with 7 for the Dolphins in that first half. And, you know, they're going to need to find some way to get themselves up some better shots. Hunter, as we mentioned, doing a real good job in that first half, really contesting every Dolphin shot, every Dolphin pass, and really making things difficult for the Dolphins in the first half. And, you know, they came away with a hard-fought but well-deserved 1-point lead as we head into halftime. And 20 minutes remaining in this game as the Dolphins find themselves down at halftime by a score of 35-34. Hunter College looking to bounce back off of that conference loss earlier in the week. The Dolphins looking to defend their home floor here this afternoon. Dolphins in the middle of a 4-game in 7-day conference streak. These first 2 games at home, the Dolphins winning their first one against York College on Thursday night, and they'll be back in action this Monday night against Brooklyn College, and then we'll travel to Lehman on Wednesday, as it'll be the Hawks to inbound the basketball here to start this second half. Dolphins coming out on the floor with the same 5 that started the game. Callie Tadero, Perone, Bessie, and McEwen. Hawks look to inbound. A nice feed that time as they were looking for Conway, but she was just a little too far in, but she's able to get the pass back and hit the first basket of the second half. She now has 13, and the Hawk lead is back to 3. McEwen, Bessie, inside to Perone. Perone fights her way inside. She was looking for the foul. She doesn't get it. But the Hawks mishandle the first pass off of the rebound. As the ball goes off of Ponte, that will be their 10th turnover, and the Dolphins will inbound once again. Perone looking to work along the baseline over to Mbesi. Her shot from the free throw line extended is good. Second basket for the game for Mbesi. And the Dolphins now trail by 1, 37-36. Lung pulling up that three-pointer is up no good as that ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Dolphin basketball. 1 minute into half number 2 here at the tank of the College of Staten Island. First of 2 as a tough pass inside, and now the Dolphins will turn the ball over for the first time in the second half. Lung. Now they work the ball in the corner as Hunter with 15 seconds to shoot as Conway gives the ball up. Lung gets it over to Aponte. A nice move by Aponte. She gets inside and Bessie can't hit the shot, but Arias is there to grab the offensive rebound for the Hawks, and then making the Dolphins pay is Lung as she hits the jumper. She has 7, Hawks by 3. McEwen with the basketball. McEwen goes the opposite way of the pick. Now fed inside to Callie, who lays it up and in. Nice play that time. McEwen to Callie. Second basket of the game for Jackie. She's got 5, and the Dolphins trail by 1. Aponte working on McEwen. Bounce pass over to Patterson. 13 to shoot now for the Cardinals. Conway looking to fight her way inside. Her bank shot is up, no good. Perone fights for the rebound. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Patterson, so it will be Dolphin basketball as we have an opportunity to see that nice feed from McEwen as she was able to step inside Patterson and lay that one up in for a couple of points in the paint for the Dolphins. And Bessie with the basketball, and Fessy forced to the outside, gets the ball out over to Callie. And now it's McEwen with the basketball inside a 10 to shoot. McEwen puts up the long three-pointer. That's no good. And it's Lung to grab the rebound and feed it out over to Conway. The jumper is no good, and Callie is there to grab the weak side rebound for the Dolphins. But a bad pass, and the Dolphins will turn the ball over once again. So Hunter continuing to put pressure on the Dolphins, really on every pass, and the Dolphins turn the ball over for the second time of the half, the 14th time here this afternoon. Hunter now getting the ball over to Patterson. Now Conway. Conway's feed inside is going to be knocked away nicely by Perone out of bounds. So it'll remain Hawk basketball with 12 seconds to shoot. Lung with the basketball now. Guarded by Callie. Big collision out at the center of the court as that shot is up no good. And following up our shot is Patterson as she's able to grab her own rebound and lay it up and in and make it a 41-38 game. And a three-point lead by the Hawks as that was a kick ball on the play. Nothing called. And then we're going to have a foul on the Dolphins. And I don't know about that one. Looked like that ball was clearly kicked by the Hawks defense. Nothing called on the play, and instead, it's going to be Hawk basketball. Patterson, now Arias trying to back it inside. She's forced to retreat and get the ball out over to Patterson as the Hawks work the ball around the three-point line. Lung, now Arias, but she's going to get called for the travel. So Hunter with their 10th turnover of the afternoon, as you have an opportunity to see the replay there, and we'll let that replay speak for itself. McEwen with the basketball. Callie getting the ball up over to Mbesi. Now McEwen forced to try to save the ball. She's unable to do so, and the Dolphins' turnovers continue as driving down the lane and getting called for the offensive foul on the play will be Jada Ponte as she went streaking down the lane, and Callie doing a nice job on the play to stand there and take the charge. So now it's the Hawks turning the ball over as both teams change turnovers on the play, and it'll be the Dolphins with the basketball down by 3. McEwen getting the ball out over to Callie. Now in Bessie. Tadero well out along the baseline. Now Callie's pass is stolen away once again. As streaking down the lane and driving it in and laying it up and in as Conway is, nobody ever stopped Janine, and she never stopped. She's got 15, and the Hawk lead is now up to 5. And we're going to have a timeout taken by Nicole Sarcone. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll step inside. Hunter with their biggest lead of the game, 43-38. Dolphins trail by 5, and we'll be right back here on CSI Sportsnet.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
The ball in, and with that basket, Hunter College with their biggest lead of the afternoon. They lead by a score of 43-38. They've outscored the Dolphins here in this third quarter by an 8-4 margin, and have opened up a 5-point lead on the Dolphins. And you know, for Hunter College, it's been the same story that they used against the Dolphins in the first half. Very tough defense all the way around the floor, causing the Dolphins to rush their shots and turn the ball over. And Hunter's been able to take advantage of that to open up this 5-point lead. Callie's pass inside is knocked away, nearly stolen. Perone able to retrieve it as that's Arias getting her way inside, setting up position and drawing the offensive foul on Rosa Perone as Rosa picks up her third personal of the afternoon. Second team foul for the Dolphins here in this third quarter. 43-38. Hunter with their biggest lead and the ball. Feed in the corner now as Selena Lim is checked back into the game, along with Phoebe Valentin for the Hawks, as they look to open up on that 5-point lead, as that's Conway with the ball. Conway fighting her way inside. That shot is up, no good. Good defense that time by the Dolphins, and now it's in Bessie. In Bessie in the corner, over to Callie. Callie's open three-pointer is up, no good. Ball tipped around, plays on the ground. McEwen comes away with the basketball. She puts it up to the rim, can't hit the shot, but draws the hard foul on it by Ashley Arias. As for Ashley, that will be her second personal of the afternoon, and that will send Megan McEwen to the free throw line here to shoot 2. Megan with 6 of the 7 Dolphin free throws on the afternoon. As she misses the first, she's now 4 of 7 from the line, and she'll have one more upcoming as Rosa Perone will go to the bench, and Kayla Schmitter will come in to replace her as McEwen gets ready for her second free throw of the afternoon. McEwen's second free throw is up and in. Megan, the first Dolphin second Dolphin, I should say, to double figures. She has 10. 24 of the Dolphins, 39 points here by Perone and McEwen, and it's a 4-point game, 39-43. Hunter by 4 inside of 4 minutes remaining. Lim with the basketball. Now it's Conway. Now Valentin. Valentin steps inside that shot, partially blocked by Tadero. And here come the Dolphins now looking to run. McEwen's pass is going to be knocked away nicely by Lim, and it'll remain Dolphin basketball. But once again, good hustling, swarming defense by the Hawks, slowing down that Dolphin offense. And the Dolphins will inbound now with 24 on the shot clock. Schmitter gets the ball back up over to Callie. in the corner to McEwen. Her three-pointer is an air ball, but inside to rebound the basketball is Devin Mooney, who checked into the game for the Dolphins. She misses the putback, and now it'll be Cardinals with the Hawks with the basketball. In the corner now, the open three-pointer by Aponte is good. Big three-pointer by Aponte as the Hawks open up their lead once again, as that ball fed inside nicely to Tadero, who lays it up and in. And that'll make it a 46-41 Hunter College lead. Aponte feeding the ball inside now to Conway. Conway backing her way inside, but dribbles the ball off her foot, and she'll turn the ball over now for Hunter College. Dolphins inbounding the basketball now as they look to fight their way back, trailing by 5 with 2:45 remaining here in this third quarter. McEwen with the basketball. Gets the ball out over to Mooney. Mooney to Schmitter. Schmitter inside to Tadero. Tadero needing to get out of the lane. She doesn't do so, and she'll get called for the 3-second violation. And the Dolphins will turn the ball over here for the 19th time this afternoon, as turnovers continuing to hurt the Dolphins in this game. Hunter with the basketball. The baseline jumper is good. Nice jumper that time by Aponte. She's starting to heat up for the Hawks. She scored their last 5, and she now has 12. Mooney with the basketball. Going to have a foul on the inside away from the ball, as that's going to be on Music. That's going to be her first, team's third, as the Dolphins find themselves down by a 48-41 score. As a nice play that time by the Dolphins, getting the ball into Schmitter, and she will have an opportunity now to go to the free throw line for the Dolphins. Kayla is 70% free throw shooter, but she misses the first, as the Dolphins continue to hurt themselves from the free throw line. 5 of 10 now, 50% for the Dolphins. Kayla's second is up and in, and that's going to make it a 6-point game, 48-42, as you see the free throw totals for both teams up on your screen. 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Conway with the basketball, driving strong to the rim. That shot is up, no good. And Tadero goes up high for another rebound for the Dolphins. McEwen over to Callie. She pulls back, steps back, and buries the three-pointer. Second three-pointer of the game for Callie. She now has 8. It's a 3-point game, as now Schmitter blocks that shot by Music. And here comes Callie up the near side for the Dolphins. Callie stepped into by Arias. Boy, I'm not sure about that one, as that time Arias kind of stepped her way right into Callie. See, we have an opportunity to bring you a replay of it as you watch Callie burying the three-pointer on that one to draw the Dolphins back to within 3. Hunter College now to inbound the basketball, holding a 3-point lead. They've held the lead throughout this third quarter. Lung with the basketball. Looking to work against Schmitter. Picks up a dribble. Hands the ball off to Aponte. Aponte now gets the ball up over to Arias. She nearly loses possession, but now works the ball in the corner, and the long three-pointer by Aponte is good. She's on fire, having scored the last 8 Hunter College points, and now has 15 points of her own for Hunter. 51-45 to score. Mooney inside to Schmitter, able to back Arias to the basket and lay it up and in. 51-47 inside of 37 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Conway with the ball. Now Aponte. She's been on fire here in the third. Arias fighting her way inside and is able to lay it up and in. 53-47, shot clock off. Mooney over to Callie. Callie backing the ball out smartly. As let's see if the Dolphins hold now for the final shot. McEwen inside of 10 seconds remaining. McEwen bounce pass inside to Schmitter. She has the open layup but can't finish as Arias with the basketball. And they're not going to get a shot to the basket. So Hunter grabs that last rebound but can't get it up to the basket. But Hunter College opens up their lead in this second half as they open their lead to 6 as we get ready to head into the fourth quarter. 53-47 your score. We'll step aside, take a break, and we'll be right back.
This is why you took a second job. While you taught yourself how to fix the plumbing. While you'll do whatever it takes to keep your home. And that is why we want to help. We are making home affordable, a free government resource that can make paying the mortgage easier. Call 888-995-HOPE today.
We're back here at the
This is
tank.
why you
have
took
an
a second
opportunity
job.
to see that charge call on Jackie Callie
While you
as
taught
we
yourself how
headed
to
toward the conclusion of that third quarter as Callie picked up the charge on the play. But as you look at that third quarter, Hunter College outscoring the Dolphins 18-13 and, continue to play with a little bit of an extra jump in their step and, really have been giving the Dolphins problems all afternoon. They've been doing a good job contesting shots and really stepping into the passing lanes. The Dolphins already with 20 turnovers here through just 3 quarters. And although the Dolphins have more than doubled up the rebounds by Hunter College, out-rebounding them 42-20 overall, including 18-15 on the offensive glass. You got to give Hunter College a lot of credit. They've held the Dolphins to just 19 of 50 shooting. They're shooting 22 of 49 on the game, and in that third quarter, it was really the hot shooting of Jada Ponte as she had a streak. She scored 8 points in a row for the Hawks. She's 5 of 8 on the afternoon, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, including her last 2 in a row. She's got 15 points, and Hunter College with a 6-point lead as we head into the fourth quarter. Callie with the basketball. Callie looking to fight her way inside. A lot of contact on the play and nothing called as Hunter College comes away now with the basketball as they look to build on their 6-point lead. Aponte, that three-pointer is up no good as Perot goes up high in a lot of traffic. Now Callie over to McEwen as she's fouled hard, taking the ball to the basket, and she'll go to the free throw line. So action-packed first 30 seconds as you look at the free throw totals up on your screen. Dolphins found themselves trailing by 6 as McEwen will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2, making 5 of 8 from the line, make that 6 of 9. She now has 11 points for the Dolphins. She's played all 30 minutes for the Dolphins here this afternoon. Her and Aponte, the 2 players on the floor all game long as McEwen hits them both, and that's going to make it a 4-point game, 53-49, with 9:24 remaining here in the fourth. Long with the basketball now. Callie waits to guard her by the three-point line. It's now fed over to Patterson. Patterson looking for somewhere to go with the basketball. Now she works it up over to Arias, who feeds it out over to Lung, whose open three-pointer is good. Hunter now 5 of 13 from the three-point line, and they've opened their lead to 7 points, 56-49. Jumper in the baseline by Tadero is up, no good, but Callie there to grab another offensive rebound. Pass nearly stolen away, but McEwen able to retrieve and drive it down the lane and lay it up and in. McEwen now matches Perone with 14 apiece for the Dolphins, as it's now a 5-point game, 56-51. Patterson with the basketball, guarded there by Tadero. Out at the three-point line, feeds the ball up over to Lung. Lung looking to work on Callie now with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Valentin with 5. Bounce pass goes inside to Arias. We're going to have a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow will remain with the Hawks with just 2 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Have an opportunity to see that three-point look by Teresa Lung once again as she was able to bury it. The 5th three-pointer of the afternoon here for the Hawks. Conway with the basket, and we're going to have a foul away from the ball. Actually, it might be a timeout, a 30-second timeout taken here by the Hawks, so we'll keep it right here. So Dolphins went into the start of this fourth quarter trailing 53-47. They've outscored the Hawks 4-3 here through the first 2 minutes or so as they continue to work their way back into this game as Hunter College has been able to come out and, they've really held the lead for most of the afternoon now. As they've led by as many as 7. The Dolphins have led by as many as 8. That Dolphin lead way back in the first quarter when they led 15-7. And, that was before a Hunter College run. And, once Hunter was able to nudge them their way out in front, after this game was tied at 21, they've really never looked back since then. As the Hawks will inbound now with 2 seconds on the shot clock as Valentin's open three is up no good, but no Dolphin there for the rebound. As Hunter now with a second chance opportunity as Lung grabs the rebound. Hunter starting to wind down a little bit of clock on these possessions as Valentin drives inside. Her shot's knocked away, and now it'll be Tadero with the basketball for the Dolphins. McEwen thought about the long three-pointer. McEwen drives her way inside and will draw the foul once again. So Arias will pick up the foul. That will be her third, the team's second. As McEwen will go to the free throw line. She misses the first. She's now 7 of 11 from the free throw line here this afternoon. Dolphins have been to the free throw line 14 times. Megan's taken 11 of them as she now hits the second. And that's going to make it a 56-52 game with 7:36 minutes remaining as Hunter runs a substitution out onto the floor. As Lim checking into the game. As it's Lim out at the three-point line, guarded by Tadero. Tadero goes for the steal, misses it, but Hunter there to fight for the rebound. That's going to be knocked out of bounds, but it'll remain Hawk possession. So Hunter will inbound the basketball now as it'll be Selena Lim from along the far sideline to get it into Lung. As Hunter will operate once again, and Brianna Robisky gets ready to check into the game for the Dolphins. Conway fighting for the basketball, and once again it's knocked out of bounds. Is that time Perrone and Conway fighting for the ball, and it'll remain Hunter basketball as Robisky will replace Diana Tadaro, and Hunter will inbound the basketball with 18 to shoot. Fed inside to Conway. She backs her way in. That shot is up, no good, and a fight for the rebound. And that's going to be a loose ball foul called on Rosa Perrone as the Dolphins will pick up their first foul, but more importantly, the 4th personal foul on Rosa Perrone. So Hunter haven't been able to score, but they've done a nice job being able to maintain possession of the basketball as they'll inbound it once again with a fresh 30-second shot clock. Lung with the basketball. Lung looking to work her way inside against Perrone, hands it off to Lim. Lim kicking in the corner, a wide open three-pointer by Lung is good. So the Dolphins find themselves down by 7 once again as McEwen drives her way inside. And we're going to have a whistle and an offensive foul called on the Dolphins. So it's going to be McEwen picking up the offensive foul. Dolphins turn the ball over once again and now find themselves down by 7 with 6 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here, but it's been more of the same here in the fourth quarter for the CSI Dolphins as Hunter College continuing to play very well defensively and cause all kinds of problems for the CSI Dolphins. And now, on the last few possessions, they've been successful rebounding the ball on the offensive end as well. So on their last possession, they were able to rebound the basketball, draw a foul on the Dolphins. Dolphins come down and turn the ball over on the offensive foul by Megan McEwen. So the clock's starting to work against the Dolphins here as they find themselves down by 7. They were able to cut the deficit down to 56-52, but Hunter with the last basket of the game to open it back up to 9. And the Hawks will inbound the basketball now. Dolphins look like they're going to come out and show a little bit of a trap in the backcourt off of the timeout. Valentin with the basketball. Dolphins do a nice job of double teaming, but the Hawks do a better job to break it and get the ball out over to Conway. Valentin with the basketball. Now feeding the ball out over to Conway. Now it's Patterson. Conway getting the ball inside, able to drive it to the basket, but she can't complete the layup. But once again, Hunter College, who's been out-rebounded all afternoon long, grabbing another offensive rebound. And on the jump ball possession, the basketball will go to CSI. So Hunter College continuing to hustle, continuing to create problems for this CSI team. And Bessie with the basketball. And Bessie looking to get the ball inside to Tadero. Tadero fiercely fighting her way inside against Patterson, able to hook it up and in to draw the Dolphins to within 5. Dolphin fans wanted a turnover on the play, nothing called, and now it's Lim with the basketball. Lim working the ball out over to Conway. Patterson. Now Valentin. 13 seconds to shoot for the Hawks. Aponte over to Valentin. The Dolphins looking to double team. Ball knocked out of bounds, but it will remain Hawk basketball with 8 seconds to shoot. Lim inbounding the basketball, gets it over to Valentin. Clock now down to 5. Valentin able to drive the ball right to the basket. She lays it up, no good, but draws the foul. Is once again Phoebe Valentin listed at 5'3" as we have an opportunity to see a replay of that tough basket by Diana Tadero on that hook shot to draw the Dolphins back to within a possession, but Valentin with the nice move to the basket as she misses that first free throw, and she'll have one more upcoming. (59-54), 5:17 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Hunter has never trailed here in this second half as she hits the second, and the lead now back up to 6. Dolphins inbound the basketball now as McEwen bringing the ball across the midcourt line. And Bessie tries to force that one into Tadero. Instead, it's Arias coming away with another turnover for the Dolphins. Aponte, a beautiful move inside as she drives past Trubisky and lays it up and in. And the Hawks have been able to drive past the Dolphin defenders on the perimeter all afternoon long, especially here in this second half. Trubisky, Callie stumbles, the ball knocked away. Goes off of Aponte. The Dolphins fortunate to maintain possession on that one. 4:43 remaining. The Dolphins down by 8. As you have an opportunity to see that nice move by Aponte to give the Hawks their 8-point lead. McEwen with the basketball. McEwen feeds it into Tadero, who lays it up and in, and the Dolphins needed those points badly as they make it now a 6-point game. Aponte able to step right past Callie and lay it up and in as the Hawks continue to take the ball right to the basket. Callie, open three-pointer. That's no good. Rebound grab by the Hawks. They lead by 8 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining here in this second half. Lim with the basketball. Lim driving right past the Dolphin defense, but this time Robisky able to come over and knock the ball away. It'll remain Hawk basketball. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in the game. 16 seconds on the shot clock for Hunter College. Aponte lobbing the ball out, gets the ball out over to Lim. Now she'll hand the ball off over to Lung as she backs out. Hunter smartly taking time off the shot clock. As Lung puts up that three-pointer, it's no good. And Robisky is there to grab the rebound for the Dolphins. And Dolphins are going to get back in this game. They need points on these possessions. And Bessie nearly traveled on the play. Robisky puts up that layup. That's no good. Lim there to grab the rebound and feed it out over to Aponte. Aponte wisely backing the ball out here for Hunter College. They played a smart basketball game all game long, and they find themselves up by 8 now with 3 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the game. Lung with the basketball. Lung feeding the ball inside to Lim. Lim feeding it up over to Arias. Her shot is up, no good, but Callie grabs the rebound, and Hunter run more time off the clock. Callie driving inside. That shot's blocked by Lim, but she gets called for the personal foul. Dolphins trail here 64-56. They were able to cut the lead down to as few as 4 here in the fourth quarter, but that's as close as they've gotten. As Callie goes to the free throw line and she hits the first for the Dolphins. (64-57). 2:56 remaining here in the fourth as Callie's second free throw is up and in. And she makes it a 2-possession game with 2:56 remaining. Patterson with the basketball. Patterson gets it over to Lung. Now back up over to Patterson. Is Hunter able to break the Dolphin press and set up offensively now with 15 seconds to shoot. Patterson. Now it's Arias. Dolphins trying to defend here, choosing not to foul, as that's Lung with the basketball. And Rosa Perot commits a foul 20 feet from the basket with 2 seconds left on the shot clock. So the worst of all worlds there for the Dolphins. They allow Hunter to run the entire shot clock down to 2, and then Perot picks up a foul to foul out of the game. So not the defensive stand the Dolphins were looking for. And now a fresh 30-second shot clock for Hunter, who, if they run the shot clock down, could take a minute off the shot clock or a minute off the game clock in their final 2 possessions without even putting the ball up to the basket. 10 on the shot clock. Arias driving to the basket and lays it up and in. So Hunter taking 50 seconds off of the game clock in the final 3 minutes and able to get the basket to open this one to 8. And the Dolphins down to their last gasp opportunities as McEwen misses that shot. Tedero there to grab the rebound. She misses the putback, but she'll go to the free throw line for the Dolphins. CSI Dolphins came in undefeated in conference play here this afternoon. A minute and 46 seconds away from seeing that streak come to an end. As the Dolphins find themselves down by 8 as they miss the first, hit the second, and still find themselves down 3 possessions with just a minute and 45 seconds remaining in the game. Harris's pass is knocked away, but Dolphins can't come away with the basketball. And now it'll be Lung for the Hawks. Patterson with the basketball. Now it's Arias. Arias driving her way inside, and now Schmitter will commit the foul for the Dolphins. As Hawks run 21 seconds off the shot clock before the Dolphins commit the foul. And now Arias will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And with 1:25 seconds remaining in this game, the door rapidly closing on the Dolphins as they're in danger of dropping their first game in the conference. As Hunter College came into the tank here this afternoon, and Dolphins found themselves up by a score of 15-7. It's a full timeout, so why don't we step aside, take a break. 1:25 seconds remaining in this one. Dolphins trail 68-59, and we'll be right back.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. That's why we're here. We're free and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos. Go to GetSchooled.com.
We are GetSchooled.com.
We're back
You
here
want a college
at
education,
Tank.
don't
The
you?
Dolphins
You know you
a
do.
minute
That's
and
why we're
25
here.
seconds
We're free
away
and here to guide you
from
through
dropping
every
their
step of the way,
first
starting
conference
with
game
attendance.
of the year as they find
Gary,
themselves
financial aid
trailing
forms.
by a score of 68-59. And, you know, the Hawks have really taken it to the Dolphins, especially here in this second half.
You and us.
As
Go
they've
together like
opened up their
tacos and
lead
Tuesday.
to 9
And
and
I
really
love
have been
tacos.
a step ahead
Go
of
to
the Dolphins
GetSchooled.com.
defensively all afternoon long.
Morning, Gary.
As they put a lot of
We
pressure
are
on the CSI Dolphin
GetSchooled.com.
team. And,
You want a college education,
when the
don't
game
you?
got
You
down
know
to
you do.
crunch
That's why
time,
we're
it's
here.
been
We're free
Hunter
and here to
College
guide you
that's
through
been
every
making the
step
big
of the way,
basket,
starting with
grabbing the
attendance.
big rebounds. They've outplayed the Dolphins here this afternoon, and they find themselves with a 9-point lead with 1:25 seconds remaining in this game. McEwen with the basketball for the Dolphins as she brings it across the midcourt line and gets the ball out over to Mbesi. Mbesi lob pass goes up over to McEwen. Now it's Callie. Callie putting up the open three-pointer. That's no good. Tadero goes up and grabs the rebound. She can't finish, but she'll go to the free throw line now to shoot 2 for the Dolphins. Dolphins led in this game by a score of 15-7, but the Dolphins would just score 1 point in the remainder of that first quarter as they were outscored 7-1 to finish the quarter, and the Dolphins went into the second quarter with a 2-point lead, but Hunter came right back, tied the game up at 21. And from that point forward, Hunter went on a mini 4-0 run, took a 25-21 lead. They've never trailed since, and the Dolphins have never gotten closer than 4 here in this second half. Just a programming reminder, about a half hour or so after the conclusion of this game, we'll be back on the air to bring you men's basketball coverage as these two same teams will battle, as Hunter College will face the College of Staten Island. As McEwen puts up that three-pointer, that's no good, and we're inside the final minute remaining. We're going to have a jump ball, and possession arrow will go to Hunter College. Hunter College, 16 steals on the afternoon. They outscored the Dolphins in points off the turnover, 27-10. As the Dolphins were able to get a turnover there, but could not finish with a basket. 68-60, 45 seconds remaining as Hunter College will go on to win and get themselves right back into the middle of the conference. Brooklyn College came into today's game 2-0 in conference play, facing a Lehman team on the road that's really struggling. So Brooklyn will probably win that game to go to 3-0. Dolphins will drop to 4-1. Hunter College will increase their record to 4-1. Hunter now will find themselves in second place as that shot is up and in, and the Dolphins now trail by 9. That's a 3-possession game with 45.7 seconds remaining. And the Dolphins will take a timeout. So the CSI Dolphins women's basketball team, who came into the game here this afternoon really flying high, playing well, just one loss since November 27th, but that streak is going to come to an end here this afternoon as Hunter College played well all afternoon, and really you got to give the Hawks a lot of credit. They put a lot of pressure on the Dolphins, outscoring the Dolphins 27-10 in points off of turnovers, and you being able to use that advantage to wipe away the rebounding edge of the Dolphins. The fast start by Rosa Perone for the Dolphins here this afternoon is they're able to put everything together and, really bounce back and get themselves right back into regular season contention as they're going to come in here to the tank this afternoon and defeat the CSI Dolphins. 45.7 seconds remaining in this one, and the Dolphins will need to set up for a three-pointer on the play if they're going to have any opportunity. But again, as you look down the stretch, you looked at big performances here this afternoon. Janine Conway with a big game, Teresa Lung with big three-point baskets, big contributions out of Ashley Arias and Phoebe Valentine and Nita Music coming in and wreaking havoc on the inside. A couple of big blocks early, especially in that first half for these Hunter College Hawks, and they're able to put it all together and find themselves 45 seconds away from an upset win. And, another turnover there for the Dolphins as in Bessie choosing to foul, but with 40 seconds remaining, it's really all academic at this point as the Dolphins find themselves down by 9 points. And Teresa Long will go to the free throw line here with an opportunity to extend that Hawk lead into double digits. First shot by Lung, that's up and in. She now has 15. Conway with 15. Aponte with 19. Good balance scoring for the Hawks. Arias out on the floor with 7 as Hunter now opens the lead back up to 11. And we're going to have another timeout taken on the floor, as that will be a 30-second timeout. So an opportunity for the Dolphins maybe to work on a play off the inbounds. But Dolphins coming out here this afternoon, and, Hunter College really coming out and playing with a lot of confidence in this road game. And, we mentioned it before, Hunter really a step ahead of the Dolphins all afternoon long, deflecting passes in the passing lane, deflecting Dolphin shots, and, even on those shots where they weren't getting an actual hand on the ball, forcing the Dolphins to rush all afternoon long and, really now never allowing the Dolphins to get into any kind of flow offensively. And, we mentioned that once the Dolphins went up 15-7, 12 of those 15 points scored by Rosa Perone. It's really been all Hunter College since that time. And Hunter College now will go on to force the Dolphins to lose their first conference game of the afternoon as McEwen will draw the foul. Is taking a couple of minutes here to complete this last minute of the game, as now McEwen will go to the free throw line. Dolphins 13 of 21 from the line. Make that 13 of 22. And they'll have one more free throw upcoming. Patterson will go to the bench. One of many Hawk players who played very well here this afternoon. Now we're going to have a whistle and another timeout on the play. And that'll be a 30-second timeout. Is a 10-point game, 35 seconds remaining. Reminder, about a half hour or so after the conclusion of this game, we'll be back to bring you men's basketball action as the CSI men's basketball team coming in red hot as well. They played very well all year long, and they're going to look to continue that strong play in game number 2 of this doubleheader against Hunter College. And we'll look to give the Dolphins a split here in this doubleheader this afternoon. Dolphins coming off of a big win against York College earlier this week, and of course, their big Tournament of Heroes victory right before New Year's. Hunter looking to inbound the basketball. They get the ball into Lang, and for some reason, down by 10 points, the Dolphins are choosing to foul with 34 seconds remaining. So Long will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2. First free throw is up and in as Hunter College expands their lead back to 11. That matches their biggest lead of the afternoon. One more free throw upcoming here for Long. She now has 17. Big second half for Teresa. She now has 18. As we have about a 4-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock. Callie out at the three-point line. Tadero's shot is up. That's no good. McEwen drives to the basket, and we're going to have another foul called on the play with 20.4 seconds remaining. And McEwen will go to the line here as the clock continues to wind down about 5 seconds at a time here in the final minute. This game well decided as Hunter leading by 12 points with 20 seconds remaining. Lady Dolphins will be back in action on the road against Brooklyn College, and we remind you this is a Brooklyn College team that defeated Hunter by 11 points last Thursday night at home, as Tadero will foul with 19 seconds remaining. Not really sure what the point of these fouls are in a game that has already been decided, but nonetheless, Hunter will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So that'll be Conway at the line as she hits the first, and she'll have one more upcoming. 16 for Conway. Hawks with their biggest lead of the game, it's 12. And one more free throw upcoming for Conway, and that's good. And that'll make it a 13-point game with 19 seconds remaining in this contest. McEwen, Tadero. Now Callie, open three-pointer, that's no good. 8 seconds remaining, and Hunter College hopefully will dribble the clock out here, and that will do it as the College of Staten Island's conference winning streak comes to an end, as they're going to fall to Hunter College by a final score of 75-62. We mentioned earlier it was a game that the Dolphins led by as many as 8, 15-7. But they would score only 1 point in the remainder of the first quarter. And once Hunter came back and tied this game up at 21 and took the lead, they never trailed from that point forward, as the Hawks used a good job defensively, a good balanced scoring attack offensively, really never gave the Dolphins any room to breathe all afternoon long, and they come away with a 13-point win as they win by a final score of 75-62. So that's going to wrap things up here for game number 1 for my broadcast engineer, Nicholas Thurst. This is Mike Babusky saying so long. Thanks for watching. We'll be back in about 15 or 20 minutes or so to bring you pregame coverage of the men's basketball game as the men look to bounce back here and give the Dolphins a split as they will face Hunter College. Tip-off time at this point looks like it will be sometime around 3:05, 3:10. So come back and join us for the pregame show, and we'll see you shortly. Once again, the final score, CSI losing to Hunter by a final score of 75-62. We'll see you shortly.